Tabula Smaragdina, just like what they have always done. Alba, huh? Okay. I'm in. Now syncing the security system layout. Coordinates shared. Copy that. Wait for me. They could have just double bannered Voymastina in my opinion, so that I'm using Voymastina here now. But no, they just have to delay Voymastina. Like they were already doing dual banners, and then for some reason they just retracted the entire concept ever. But it's whatever. Wait, why am I on stealth? Oh. Probably don't need the stealth. She has interception. She'll be fine. I have to re-record the entire Corposant. No, actually all of the story. I need to replay everything. But this time only using the dolls that are meant to be. And that will be a grand project to do. And they're using the Frostpole squad still. Rapid, heavy footsteps echoed through the empty corridor. If not for Alba's signal guiding her, Voymastina would never have discovered the secret Paradeus laboratory hidden inside this glossy, immaculate building. She cannot find, nor does she bother to look for, the switch to any hidden door. After confirming the location, she simply smashes through the wall with brute force, revealing the dark passage beyond. Helena's metal spear follows closely behind. It emits a beam of blue light to scan the passage for traps and surveillance devices. Then it precisely fires several jamming pulses that crippled the electronics along the way. After destroying the automated sentry turrets lining the corridor, she drives a powerful kick into the heavy metal door standing at the far end, producing a deafening crash. Under the tremendous force, the metal door twists and caves inward, nearly tearing free from its frame. The hinges let out an agonized screech, like a cry of pain under unbearable strain. Debris flies, dust fills the air. As the door finally collapses completely, Voymastina's figure appears in a laboratory entrance, like an unscalable mountain. She takes in the busy marionette doll researchers, the complex instruments and machinery, but in the end, her gaze settles on the specially designed hibernation capsule. Even without confirming the signal, she knows that Alba is in there. Likewise, despite being trapped inside the capsule, Alba is aware of Voymastina's arrival. Her voice, coming from within the capsule, sounds weak, utterly different from when she confronted Chilobeg Eye earlier. Weak but unmistakably clear. More importantly, there is an air of inevitability in her tone, as if everything has unfolded exactly as she calculated. The moment Voymastina steps into the lab, the once busy marionette dolls abruptly turn toward her in unison, their eyes glowing a terrifying red. Blades and firearms extend from hands once used for research with a whoosh. In the very next second, they all launch at Voymastina together. At that instant, Helena's metal spear deploys its full weapon system, transforming into a floating spherical turret. Precise energy beams fire from multiple angles, striking key points on several marionette dolls and opening a path for Voymastina. These dolls are even stronger than the guards outside. A blade hacks into Voymastina's frame, carving a deep wound. But Voymastina pays it no mind. She grabs one of them and yanks hard, tearing off the arm with a polymer vibration blade attached to it. Without a single pause, she swings the severed limb like a weapon. The limb slams into another doll's head with tremendous force. Its skull explodes instantly, electronic components and oil spraying everywhere. Voymastina's movements are clean, decisive and packed with raw power. In the next moment, she has already closed in on the remaining dolls. Man, can they use better prepositions or affixes with this? They'll have to tongue twist their readers. Weapons extended from their arms fire continuously. Bullets rain down on Voymastina, sending sparks flying violently across her frame. Yet she seems unfazed, her steps never slowing. Soon, only one figure remains standing in the laboratory. She stands amid the wreckage, her body splattered with synthetic blood and machine oil. Strong as she may be, Voymastina is still covered in wounds. The metal spear hovers at her side, scanning the remains on the floor, checking for any units that haven't been fully disabled. Ignoring the spear, she strides straight toward the capsule holding Alba. She lifts her right arm and drives it straight into the metal hatch like a blade. Then she hooks her thumb in and rips hard, tearing the capsule door right off. Alba sits quietly inside.
Alba. 大丈夫。全部計画通り。
Her voice is still soft, but her eyes are razor sharp and fully alert. Voymastina lowers her gaze to the cables and restraints binding Alba's frame. Having fought her way here with sheer violence, she now becomes careful and precise, slowly removing each restraint. The torn cables, still sparking, silently testify to the torment Alba endured while in prison. Wires snap with crackling pops, sending sparks flying. Restraints tear loose with rippling hisses, falling to the floor. Soon, Alba is completely free. The moment she regains her freedom, she stands up on her own without waiting for Voymastina's help. No greetings, no visible relief, she just gently pushes Voymastina aside and walks straight toward the terminal at the center of the lab. Her objective is crystal clear, as if every step has long been planned. At this moment, Alba looks less like a rescued captive and more like an operative who has finally reached her target. Alba extracts an auxiliary digit from her hand, then draws a data cable from the back of her neck and plugs it directly into the terminal. The motion is fluid, nothing like someone who has just survived an almost lethal neural attack, and far more like a hunter finally lodging for prey. Alba frowns slightly with some concern. Voymastina keeps her eyes on Alba, running rapid diagnostics with her wolf eye. Once she confirms there's no severe damage, the tension in her body eases almost imperceptibly. She then scans the room and locates the equipment stripped from Alba. Alba says nothing. Her eyes are already flashing once more with cascading green data streams. Having retrieved Alba's gear, she moves to her side and equips everything piece by piece as Alba focuses on copying data. At the same time, she points at the hovering metal spear Helena gave her, indicating that it can serve as a communicator. Alba doesn't turn her head. Even as Voymastina finishes helping her gear up, she remains fully focused on the terminal.
イグラが戻ってくる前にできるだけデータをダウンロードしないと。やっぱり私たちはパラデウスについてあまりにも知らなすぎる。
侵入してからここにたどり着くまで2分42秒費やした。そろそろ敵が来るだろう。今撤退しないと苦戦する。
分かってる。
Alba doesn't waver. On the monitor before her, the data scroll mirrors her flashing eyes.
ここのデータを持ち出すことができれば素体が破壊されてもお釣りが来る。
分かった。
Voymastina nods, no longer objecting. She heads toward the lab entrance that she has wrecked, crouches down and begins setting traps. Alarms continue to wail throughout the lab and corridors. Amid flashing red lights and piercing sirens, Voymastina and Alba work in silence, swiftly assuming their respective roles. Even after completing every preparation she can, Voymastina says nothing more. She simply positions herself behind Alba and stands guard. She will protect Alba and fight for her decisions. In turn, Alba handles everything else, pointing Voymastina toward the path forward. Just as it's always been.